So the stock market has corrected an average of 12% following the appointment of each Fed chair dating back to 1930. So it seems that the stars are aligning that we're going to, I mean, obviously stocks have been kind of bewilderingly at all-time highs here, despite the situation in the Strait of Hormuz and high inflation, like record poor sentiment in the US, like consumer sentiment, all these things. Yet the stock market keeps pushing higher. So it does, all these things seem to be aligning that we do seem to be in for a stock market correction. And then, that would align with in terms of Bitcoin. Obviously, if stocks get a correction, the most likely scenario, Bitcoin also continues to bleed. And then, so October, they could, that simple chart just pointing out the time of bull and bear runs, it could end up being that happens again.
I'm pretty bullish, actually. I think the bearishness now is that I see on the timeline and the things that you've said, they make me feel even more bullish. I do think we might have a little correction here for the next month or two or something like that. But I think the underlying signs are pretty strong. And from going around for conferences for the past month, it does really feel like TradFi and all these kind of institutions are really getting into crypto in a serious way, and that's going to translate into some pretty big growth here, I'd imagine, this year and into the future. The AI stuff, the overheating AI stuff, and the kind of worries about capex that I was worried about, and people like Ram from Bits and Bips were talking about a lot. That hasn't materialized. Also, forward guidance, they were talking about that a lot. The analogy that was being tossed around as soon as a month ago, or as early as a month ago, was this is like the .com capex buildout, and that has kind of been discarded now as a kind of a very inaccurate analogous situation, because that fiber buildout that we still haven't utilized fully, right? There's still dark fiber now to this day from that 2000 build out, which is crazy if you think about it. Anyway, that was all from companies that were not in tech. It was like VC funded utilities and things of that nature. The companies who are doing capex spending now are reporting greater and greater revenue every quarter, and their balance sheets are just amazing and in great shape. They spent the past 20 years basically debt free, buying back their stock. So they have an incredible amount of capacity. And it seems like the appetite for AI and compute, we haven't reached the end of that yet. So this makes me think that what was the analogous situation they were using is maybe more akin to something like, I think it was like railroads or cars, or I can't remember, something else, but not the .com capex spending. And if that's the case, that will kind of fuel the entire economy, right? The government, the US government, big governments and organizations around the world are taking this seriously from a security perspective, national security. So that kind of funding will be there for a long, long time. I mean, years. And so with that as the kind of the backdrop, I feel like we are going to see at least 12 to 18 months of increased money in the system and kind of being used for productive purposes. I think if Bitcoin and crypto hasn't bottomed yet, we're pretty much close enough to it where I am starting to deploy capital now. I'm still expecting a correction. So this is the whatever, not financial advice, kind of blah, blah, whatever. But I don't know. I'm pretty bullish now. The fact that sentiment is still so low is encouraging. I do worry a little bit about like hype in Zcash specifically right now, where it is right now, because I feel like that's all that anyone's talking about. So I could imagine we get like a little pullback, I hope, like a little mini blow off top thingy, because it seems to be carrying the market completely. And I don't feel very comfortable deploying heavily here, although I am dabbling just in case that it doesn't. But yeah, Bitcoin Hype, Zcash. I am very bullish on those, all three of them. I agree with like Taiki Maeda from Steady Lads. He had a post. He has had several posts for like the past 2 months, but one of the more recent ones is something to the effect of we're in like this bull run's easy layup mode right now, which is you buy Bitcoin, you buy Hype, you buy Zcash, and you sit on your hands and you go enjoy your life for the next couple of years, and you'll be heavily rewarded for that. And I think maybe that might be the play.
What if you got pages for exploring crypto? Read news, check prices, discover new projects, and stack rewards along the way. Over $1 million in rewards paid out so far, and we're just getting started. Download the Bitcoin.com wallet today. The wallet that pays you.